You know, that moment right at the very edge of summer when something just changes. It's not on the calendar, but you can feel it in the air. Today, we're going to explore that exact feeling, the quiet, subtle arrival of autumn, and maybe figure out how we can learn to hold on to its beauty, even if it's just for a little while. Have you felt it yet? That little shift. I mean, the calendar might still be screaming summer, but the air, well, the air knows better, doesn't it? It's a change that doesn't show up with a big announcement, but more like a whisper, a feeling I think we all recognize. So yeah, let's start with that whisper. First up, the feeling of change. This is all about that invisible transition, the one we feel deep down, long before we see the classic, colorful signs of fall. And what is that feeling really? Well, it's all these tiny, specific goodbyes to summer, isn't it? It's the sudden, almost shocking silence of an air conditioner that's been humming nonstop for months. It's that first evening when you can actually open a window and feel a cool, dry breeze instead of that thick, heavy humidity. These aren't huge events. They're the quiet, honest-to-goodness signals that the world is tilting into a new season.
Exactly. It's so much more than just noticing the weather. It's this physical sensation, a shift our bodies just seem to get on an instinctual level. It's this deep, internal nod that says, okay, summer's over, long before the first leaf even thinks about turning gold.
But here's the thing. There's a real tension at the heart of this beautiful change. Which brings us to our second part, a golden, fleeting season. Because we all know this precious season, well, it never ever stays for long. And you really feel that sense of urgency in places like Korea, where autumn is famously short, just this brilliant, intense burst of gold squeezed between a long, hot summer and a really cold winter. And you know what? That brevity is exactly what makes it so precious. And maybe just a little bit sad. And that's the core of it, right? That bittersweet feeling of loving something you absolutely know is temporary. You just want to grab onto it, make it last, but its very nature is to disappear. And that's the paradox that kind of forces us to really truly pay attention. So this becomes the crucial question. If we know this golden season is on a timer, we can't just let it slide by. We have to be intentional about it. So how do we actually prepare ourselves to experience it, to really soak it all in before it's gone? Okay, so if we can't stop the clock, what can we do? Well, that leads us to our third section, 3 ways to embrace autumn. Let's look at a really simple roadmap for consciously savoring this season while it's actually here. It's a pretty simple 3-part guide for our senses, feeling, tasting, and seeing. It all starts with reconnecting our bodies to the world that's changing all around us. All right, first up, get outside. And this isn't just about taking a walk. It's an act of total immersion. It's about actually feeling that crisp evening air on your skin and truly watching the sunset, noticing how the colors seem to get deeper and richer every single night. It's how we actively connect with that change we first felt in our bones. Second, we tune into the flavors. Autumn has its own taste, doesn't it? That warming comfort of a spiced tea, the earthy sweetness of roasted sweet potatoes from a street cart. These aren't just foods. They're like little anchors to the season. Every sip, every bite is a way of saying, I'm right here in this moment. And finally, we just notice the light. As the sun gets lower in the sky, all those harsh summer edges soften, and the world gets painted in this incredible, soft golden glow. The idea is to capture it, and not just with a camera, but with our attention. Seriously, just finding a sunbeam coming through a window and feeling its gentle warmth, that's enough. So, we've got walks, flavors, and light. What does it all really add up to? Let's bring it all together in our final section before it slips away. This is the big takeaway. And here it is. This is the crucial point. We can't stop winter from coming. We can't keep the leaves on the trees. The real antidote to the sadness of a fleeting season isn't trying to cling to it, but to dive headfirst right into it. By consciously taking part in its beauty, we aren't fighting the change, we're feeling fully alive inside of it. And when it comes down to it, this isn't just a lesson about autumn. It's a lesson for any beautiful, temporary moment in our lives. So I'll leave you with this thought. What fleeting beauty, whether it's big or small, are you going to choose to fully embrace today?